What up, everybody? This is the Long Story Short Show. My name's Corey,
And I'm Jen.
and we just watched Doom Patrol episode 11. So it only had like an A plot and a B plot. So, um, I guess I'll tackle this stuff with Robot Man, and you tackle this stuff with Larry, and then we'll both talk about Cyborg.
Okay.
All right. So first, what happens with Robot Man? Robot Man hears that the dude that's taking care of his daughter, or that adopted his daughter, died. So he goes down to go visit his daughter because he's like, this is the perfect time to go talk to my daughter. She needs a dad. I need a daughter. This is the perfect time, which is not the perfect time. But when he goes down, he sees her, starts hearing a lot about Buck or
Yeah, I think his name's Buck.
something like that.
Buck or Bug.
Bud, yeah, it's like Bud or something like that. Either way, he hears more and more about him, and he's like, wow, this guy actually was a good guy. He was a good guy to my daughter. He was a good guy to these people.
Yeah, because before that we thought he was just like cheating on his wife and things like that. But then,
the daughter gives like a really good speech,
really
good speech. Just talking about how this guy really didn't have to help her out, but he did. So after that, Robot Man stops trying to crash the party as much as like, hey, I need to go get this watch that my daughter lost to prove that I'm a good dad, because he doesn't think talking is going to get him through it. He wants to do more actions. So he's like, I'll prove it with my actions. So he fights an alligator, he gets the watch back, and he drops it off to his daughter without really saying anything to her. So
I think it was really nice because he did like express that, how everything that he like kind of rehearsed in his head, it's like, it sounds ridiculous.
Like, that was the perfect thing to say.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it's also from his perspective, he's like, I'm gonna have to show her that I want to be her dad anyway. So instead of going through all that nonsense, I'm just gonna jump right in and do this instead.
Yeah, which makes sense too. So I mean, he's not wrong. Rita doesn't really have a lot of time for it, but it's a big Rita episode again where it's like she's trying to be Gertrude now, Gertie. So she's like, when I was born, my name was Gertrude. It wasn't Rita. That was a stage name, so now I gotta learn what it means to be Gertrude.
Which I'm just like, if you know that your kid could be a star, like, they definitely didn't think that through. Like, they had the kid, they named her Gertrude, and they were like, oh, she does have some talent. Well, Gertrude is a horrible name, so let's just change your name. But they, like, set her up for failure.
Yeah, it was a pretty shitty name. Like, a lot of people with stage names have, like, pretty bad names and stuff, like when you hear their real name, like, whatever that Elton John guy's name was. His
original name was Reginald.
Yeah, that's what they said on the commercial. I was like, this is whatever. But okay, so what happened with Larry?
So with Larry, we're finding more and more ways that him and the spirit, I guess, I'm calling it a spirit. It could be, you could call it an alien.
They call it the negative spirit.
The negative spirit. So they're finding ways to communicate with each other, and I guess in this past episode, we keep seeing him with his lover, John. And so it's showing that they're connected some way, but they're not really describing what's going on. And so the negative spirit basically tells Larry that he needs to go see John through like a bar scene. And so he goes and sees John, and he's like this old man ready to die in like hospice and things like that. Go and take him to the porch, and so they have this like closure moment, because I think with Larry, he's starting to accept himself and accept that he's gay and likes men, but he needed that closure with his first love in order to like move on and to live a happier life. And so they have a nice bonding moment, and they talk to each other, and then they actually like look at the sunset, and John dies like right there on the porch. And so it's a nice closure moment for Larry, and another step of him accepting all of himself instead of just part of himself. So in the beginning of the season, we see he's like letting go of control, and I think now he's gonna get to acceptance now in the next couple episodes.
Yeah, so I wonder what that's gonna do for his relationship with the actual negative spirit, because it seems like they're pretty cool with each other right now. So it looks like this is the biggest thing that was causing Larry turmoil. So now that the negative spirit can actually sleep, we'll see what happens. Maybe they could do like more of a the negative spirit leaving, and Larry still being able to walk around and stuff like that. Like he isn't completely tapped. Yeah. Last we got Cyborg. So basically, Cyborg is turning more and more into like mostly robot, I guess. Grid has been taken over slowly, where 63% of Cyborg's body is actually more robotic now. So he peels back some of his skin, and he looks, and there's still a little muscle there, but there's more and more machinery making up his like network for like more or less. So his big thing is he's talking to Crazy Jane about just like he's afraid of what happens if he doesn't like take control of what's inside of him. Crazy Jane's like, well, I deal with that shit every day, except I can't just turn it off. So why don't you just ask people for help? Everybody keeps asking him why doesn't he go to his dad, and he doesn't want to go to his dad, but they really haven't shown me yet that his dad's a bad guy. Like I know he's like he's been watching Cyborg and stuff like that, and he monitors Cyborg, but I mean,
I think it's more so of a pride thing and like distrust sort of way. It's like, oh, like you've been spying on me this whole time, like even through like with your help when I asked for it. Like I think it's more so that he doesn't want to go back to the extreme of his dad monitoring his every single move and everywhere that he's going. Yeah,
but I mean it's coming. He's gonna have to go back to his dad eventually. So that's it. Anything else?
No.
Nice. Well, that was episode 11. If there was anything else in episode 11 that really stood out, anybody that you noticed, anything that it's based off of that we should go check, some of the original material, let us know. Let us know what you thought about that episode. And we'll see you guys next week.